Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Post Fight. And in this edition of Post Fight, I'll be doing Post Fight UFC Fight Night, Yusuff versus Barboza. So straight into it, I did horrendous, I did terrible, disgusting night. I can say, oh, I did great on best, but the predictions were terrible. Like best were terrible, predictions were terrible, everything was terrible for this night. I did a lot of yapping, and it really sucks when you do a whole lot of yapping and you come on negative. And then the troll, well, it wasn't really no trolls for this card, but they gonna come out of woodwork, or they gonna put this in there, troll fouls, and be like, "How'd you do last week? Terrible. Mm-hmm. I'll I'll fade you." But yeah, terrible night, terrible night. So it's no dang good about it. It definitely could have been routes I could have been made easier, best, because definitely as far as not winning, some fights were clearly gonna go over, some fights clearly gonna go under. I think the only fight that really didn't kind of like surprised me a bit was the final fight, because I thought that would be under. Because when Barboza fights like more so striking based fighters, it's either like he finished them under 2.5 or they finish him under 2.5. Typically with strikers, grapplers, they could kind of take him down and drag him for 5 rounds. Like kind of what Kevin Lee did for the most part, and what Khabib did for, was that 5 rounds or 3 rounds? But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So that was the only real shock. But the other one, like Maya and Araju, that was clearly going decision. I didn't think Yanez and Martinez was going to go the distance. Or it was in like, oh, a lot of people like, that's good fight. They're so competitive. I'm like, nah, they both. I was thinking like these guys are finishers. That fight probably not going the distance. But wrong pick. But I knew that one wasn't going the distance. So yeah, only one fight as far as like a prop, as far as would have gone with like the distance. But I didn't really play those. So again, if you didn't play them, what does it matter? So this is a bad night of all around, and just missed something. But let's get into it. A lot of talking, a lot of yapping. I said I'm going to do enough yapping. So let's make this quick. I was trying to do this 5 minutes and still some more yapping. But yeah, terrible night. First L. Yeah, I forget her name. It don't matter. All these people trash. But yes, I am. I'm even gonna get them respect to remember your name. But Alexiva, I can't even take that as like, oh, big. I know her opponent wasn't all that great. They both were sloppy strikers. It was just showed in the fight, and I thought Alexiva would be able to explore. She'd be the more submission savvy fighter in the fight that would go to the ground. But it turns out her opponent was just better. Was the better control, like was more control based than her, better control than her, and was able to get the better position. So, and that's what won her the fight. So good for her. At least if I can't take this as like, oh, it's a big L. I'm dealing with two fighters I don't really know about a whole lot about. So it's really like not a one that's like, oh my gosh, you should have knew this, you should have that. I'm learning these fighters, so it is, that one is definitely, it is what it is. It's definitely also going for a dog in that one. It is what it is. I ain't gonna let myself or no one say, oh, that was a terrible pick. It is what it is. You're dealing with people that got like 10 fights combined, so it is what it is. Second fight that got wrong was T.J. Brown versus well, I got 6 fights wrong. God, Lee, damn. So second fight I got wrong was T.J. Brown versus Darren Elkins, and get to the point with this one. T.J. Brown has had a couple, like at least 2, 3 fights where he had, well, now like 4 fights where he had gotten wrestled up. I thought Elkins was on the end of his leg, but it definitely was a clear path. Elkins is probably one of the best grapplers he has ever fought. That TJ Brown has fought. It's not like he even has fought like super stellar grapplers, to be honest. And the fact that he given up like multiple like fights where he's given him like 3 to 5 takedowns, I think that was enough to probably lean Elkins, and also Elkins in a dog spot. I can see Brown was a dog, probably would been a decent pick, but the fact that Elkins was a dog, I think that was a decent dog pick, and I just kind of just went with the younger guy there. And maybe that's a little bit of a theme, like these older guys like saying we not old enough and these younger guys not that good. We not that old and these younger guys ain't that good. That might be a theme of these last 2 cards. But yeah, the wrestling path and grappling path was definitely there. No, he's been submitted multiple times, I think, and he's been wrestled up multiple times. So that was definitely there for Elkins. So the lesson there. But definitely fading both. Elkins ain't gonna be nobody. I mean, he is somebody, but he ain't gonna make no waves in this weight class at this point in his career. So easy fade both of these guys in the next fight, especially if they fight decent competition. You give him a scrub, obviously you might pick him, or a stylistic matchup, but a decent guy with some decent takedown defense or a great solid wrestler, they're gonna destroy both of these guys. So easy fade both of those guys in the next fight if they don't retire, which both should. Third fight. All right. Third fight, Cameron Simon versus um, Christian Rodriguez. It was a very competitive fight, very close fight, but I think Rodriguez clearly won. I don't know if the choosing to not make weight helped him, because he's probably used that so he could be a little bit stronger, have a little bit more weight in his punches or something, and come in with a little bit better cardio because he didn't have to cut weight. But yeah, he was the better overall fighter. He was more technical. I thought Simon would be able to force a dog fight of him and win it, But I just feel like there was lacking that extra push down the stretch that he probably could have won the fight. But who knows? Maybe the judges had him down too already at that point. But closer, better fight. Rodriguez won. And it's not like I expected it to be a wash this, so I can't even say like, oh, this is that. I know he was more technical, but I thought it'd be a pretty close fight to be honest. And Simon is a dog. I can't act like that's a bad dog spot at all. It just didn't hit. So good win for Rodriguez. I don't know what I think Simon's on a better path. Well, you know he lost because if you already this small as Rodriguez is, and you can't make struggling to make 35, that's gonna be an issue for you because I don't think he's gonna be great at 40. I don't think he's gonna be the best he could be at 45. So he need to get that on lock. Whereas Simon, he could make 35. He's a big 35. He's only 22 years old. So I gotta say he has more upside to him, considering that Rodriguez can make weight. If Rodriguez can make weight and as coming on and have similar performances, if not better performances, he could have a great career at this weight class. But struggling to make this weight class, his career is in jeopardy. And also, you don't want to piss the boss off or the bosses off by not making weight 2 times in a row. And now you don't want to do that third time. And if they are they even going to give you a chance? They might make you have the Gaston route. We got to spend like half your career at a higher weight class because you couldn't make your actual weight class. But yeah, that's the third L. Fourth L was uh, Adrian Yanez. Well, I don't know how you pronounce the name. Like I can't. It sounds like easier when they would pronounce it, but I'm just gonna say Yanez. I can't do that. I don't know. Adrian Yanez. I'm gonna say that because I can't say his other name right now for whatever reason. But yeah, he need to go back to Yanez because Yanez was winning. I don't know this new name that his, from his actual roots and actual Mexican name or whatever. Yeah, that name guy is 0-1 right now, so he got to switch back. But Adrian Yanez versus Johnny Martinez, and this is a fight where I probably should lean momentum. Martinez has been getting better with each and every fight. He is the more well-rounded, more fleshed out fighter. I just was kind of leaning to Yanez getting bouncing back and to form and getting back there, but you can't discount all of Martinez's work and how he's built himself up. He was on a 5-fight winning streak, which Yanez was at one point, but Yanez was coming off a stoppage loss, whereas Martinez is on looking the best he's coming off one of the better wins and some of the best wins of his career, and getting more well-rounded. And he has kicks. I guess I probably didn't respect the kicks as much. I definitely respected them, but not as much because I probably feel like, the best I ever looked was against Cus Swanson, who's like 40 years old and drained himself at 40 to go down to 35. So like his legs gonna be weaker or something like that, and such. So I thought like Yanez, this is his actual weight class, so he'll be able to just close that gap and be able to have success. But nah, Martinez sniped those legs out, and really was a dominant fight. So good win for him. And I think just like the Elkins fight, this was probably a better dog spot that I should have been able to foresee. So it's no, oh, you just made a bad pick, or it was easy to lean that way. Now both of those were bad picks. I would say those definitely were bad picks, and those were the 2 bad picks on the night. The other ones not so much, but Elkins, picking Brown and Yanez were bad picks, in my honest opinion. And at the end of the day, all my only opinion that really truly matters in my opinion. So I just gotta bite the bullet, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it was at 2 losses, 4 losses. Then the final losses, yeah. 5th loss, Maya to Araujo. And with this one, I started to kind of see it towards the end of it, like when I was kind of approaching the fight more, or, I think after I made my prediction. Not to say like, oh, I would lean the other way, but I could see a clear path for Araujo to win. I feel like, and when she first came to UFC, her striking was much sharper than it had been in late. I feel like lately she just started just swinging wide and swinging sloppy, closing her eyes, mouth wide open, swinging like she a barbarian. But I feel like she got back to her technical side. But really, it was her grappling that really won this one, especially in the second round. I feel like the first round, Maya won the first round. Second round, Araujo big. Third round, I feel like that was a toss one. But I feel like Maya landed hard. They were calling Araujo shots hard when it really was Araujo getting knocked off balance, getting her head knocked back. So the judges, I don't know what angle they were saying, but it was Araujo getting her head smacked around the first round. And she got struck the first round. So I feel like Araujo lost the first round. Third round, like Maya was about to rally, but who knows what the judge scored. It was a very close fight, to be honest. And now, it's my opinion. I feel if Maya closed that third round stronger, I feel I would have gave the fight to her. But I don't know. I still feel like she could have won, in my honest opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm not a judge. But yeah, I think where I could see where this one could have been won, or where it really was won, was that second round. That big second round was the most important round of the whole fight. And Arujo definitely had some slip ups in her wrestling, like her last prior two fights, which kind of gave me, kind of pushed me off her. But it's not like Maya. When I look at her record, I was looking at her fight metric and stuff, and she had never really been that successful of an offensive grappler as far as when I look at her UFC tenure. Like I think she got like one takedown here, one takedown there. Got taken down more by this fighter than that fighter. So like she really ain't been that great at wrestling and taking people down, to be honest. Like the scarcity of her takedowns is like pretty scarce. Like I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. So in a fight that close, and mine not really been known to be a striker anyway, it's like how you gonna win this fight? You gonna win it by taking down, and you're not really that offensive with your takedowns. You're not really that active with your takedowns, or that successful with your takedowns either. So it's like, yeah, it was not the greatest, no stylistic matchup or historic matchup. It really was a momentum pick, as I was saying in the prediction. But even still, like you could know it's a momentum pick, but you just like it's most likely gonna go in, and then make mistake of investing in that because of momentum. Momentum really typically not the best investment unless there's more to it, and there really wasn't more to it. But hey, she was coming off a good win, and even all that being said, I still feel like it was close fight, and they could have gave it to her, but it is what it is. Not a bad pick, but ultimately not a winning pick. That's all it is to it. And then the final one was Sodiq Yusuff versus Essen Barboza. And really, with this one, I'm gonna chalk this up to fighter error. This is fighter error. Sodiq Yusuff knew he knew what he needed to do in the fight, and he did not do it. Like he came out early, doing what he needed to do, and then he had Barboza hurt. Then whatever reason, I guess he was like, I have him hurt, but I don't want to gas myself out, and so I'm gonna grapple him and still tire my arms out, and then he would kind of flat the rest of the whole fight, and allow Barboza just to walk his way back into the fight and win the fight. Whereas he could have stayed on Yusuff. Like, I mean, he could have stayed on Barboza. He really should have. In reality, that should have been a first round stoppage for Sodiq Yusuff. Not because the judge should have stopped it, but because of fighter error. Yusuff, here is my couch potato armchair analysis right here. You don't have to throw heavy shots to finish it. You already have Barboza not knowing where he at. He's up there like like a video game mode. His whole body red, head red, body red, arms red, everything red. He's in danger mode. All you do is I keep tapping him. You get him with the lightest strikes at that point, and he'll go out, or the fight will be stopped. I'm just being a little bit comedic with it, but not even just that. You could just throw some setup shots. Just stay on top of him. Just cut him off. He barely can move anymore. He's rocked. He don't know where his right leg from his left leg, and just cut him off and just keep tapping him, tapping him, tapping him. Make him swing big. Maybe like tapping him. Maybe tap him a little bit hard. Make him swing off balance. Lean him into something, counter him with something. Or yeah, just keep standing on him. Then every now and then alternate and bring some big shots in there and make him miss, and maybe then that will open up for the big shots. But you know how they just keep going out there looking for the haymaker all the time. And that would have been way less exhausting than trying to wrestle him and hold him down for whatever reason to keep putting him to clinch. And I feel like I don't know, but that was definitely fighter. So I ain't gonna take that one too bad. It's a loss at the end of the day. But I guess the one thing I really could truly say with this one is, it was his first 5 round fight. So I could say that. I could say, the older guys, just like last week, the dog's been biting. Bobby Green won last week. So another 35 plus year old fighter, where they both were like 37, I don't know, 36 plus year old fighter, been winning. So in the main event. So that was what I'm looking for. But again, unlike the Bobby Green fight, this really was like fighter era. So, and as far as Sodiq Yusuff going forward with him, it's not me gonna say, I ain't predicting him no more. I ain't or screw that guy. I'm literally not saying that, but I'm saying this is me talking my analysis of this. I feel fights like this can either develop you or end you, and definitely in a spot like this, I'm not gonna say it's in him. I'm definitely not saying that, but it's definitely not a good look to not be able to beat a 37-year-old Essen Barboza who's been like 500 at this weight class in your first main event. It's not like you like 25, you're 30. Not to say you're old or anything. I'm 32, but I'm not 32. I'm 30. We the same age. But me and Yusuff, but same year, same everything. But well, not same everything, but I don't know where I'm going with this. But what I am saying is that it's a bad. Also, you don't often get spots like this, and losing a spot like this that's almost really a layup for you. It could be the defining point that this guy is not truly elite. This like same way with Grant Dawson. This guy is not truly elite. But yeah, all in all, I wish him the best. Fellow DMV resident, so I wish him the best, and hope he bounces back and hope the sky's the limit. And maybe one day he wears a strap. I hope one day he wears a strap, but it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. And yeah, wrap this video up. I got cooked on the betting in the prediction side. 5-6, terrible night. Last week, like predictions weren't necessarily phenomenal. It was 6-4, but positive. In the betting side was real good. This week, both just straight up terrible, but I'll bounce back. I'm not looking at next week or this UFC 294, some big phenomenal card where I'm gonna have all the dogs or even any dogs or anything like that. I'm really looking at this card that's not gonna be so phenomenal. Or I'm not gonna be too impressed by it. What I'm going to try to be impressed with is in really nailing the props and bets for this card. And, you know, which fights are high value, lock value, or stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do better of next card. I'm not really expecting because I'm not really seeing no real great spots just yet. But yeah, next card I'm just gonna try to find the good chalk. That's what I'm trying to do for the next card, and maybe props connected to that good chalk or those good chalk value fighters. But again, right now I'm not really seeing this phenomenal, but at the very least, I want to do way better than this card. I want to do like 65% or better, or 70% or better. Matter of fact, I'm aiming for 70% or better next card. But yeah, once again, got cooked 5-6, terrible night, but we bounced back. That's all there is to it. Peace.